not today's Pryce.
Woo! Never, yeah, I'm still paid up. Effing him when you step to him. You pussy niggas can't.
So the next topic we're talking about is basketball, of course. How do you feel the league is going for this year? So a new season just started, and
I think the NBA is exciting. You got a lot of new young talent. You know what I'm saying? John Morant, Zion Williamson. It's a lot of young talent, a lot of good teams. Of course, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. Originally was a Knicks fan. Both the Knicks and the Nets is playing strong this year.
okay.
I like what we doing in Brooklyn. I like that Kyrie's able to play, and I even like that Ben Simmons is getting back active. You know what I'm saying? And doing what he's doing. The Knicks look strong with Jalen Brunson and all the young talent they got over there. You know what I'm saying? They might need an extra piece, somebody who to close out the games for them, and that all-star player. But overall, I think they both should make the playoffs. LeBron is having another good season, like almost 40. And the Pelicans is fire. You know what I'm saying? Young team, CJ McCollum leadership, excuse me. And they just look like a dangerous team. Also, Boston with Tatum and Brown. Tatum is looking like top 5 that are alive right now. That ass, like real hooper, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. The league is gonna be fun. I think Luka's having a good season. Milwaukee's tough. The Hawks, Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. It's gonna be a lot of exciting basketball through the year. You know what I'm saying? I think you can look forward to that. And I think the NBA title is up for grabs. I mean, of course I'm gonna go for Brooklyn, but Golden State, you can't keep them, you know what I mean, out of it. Then you got Milwaukee, Phoenix is tough. And then also I think a young team is gonna upset a veteran team this year in the playoffs. Be on the lookout for Minnesota, New Orleans, Memphis, and certain teams like that that might, you know what I'm saying, upset a team that you expect to do it, you know what I mean?
Well, we're here in Atlanta. How do you feel about the Hawks?
I feel like the Hawks got a good young team, but I think that their ownership and their general managers and all that, the basketball operations, they need to improve on that because they get good teams and good staff and personnel, and then they don't really commit to them long term in the building. And there's so much of a revolving door in Atlanta. You know, I was working with the Hawks, so you know what I'm saying? I've seen players come and go and all that, so they don't really keep the foundation of them good years that they have when they make them playoffs runs. Notice the next year they let somebody go, a major key to it. So they got some more years of building, but they got a good team, a good backcourt, and a strong big man in Clint Capella up top in the 5. So maybe if Trae stay, he don't want to trade, him and DeJounte Murray build, so they put more pieces around him, and they'll be a force in the future.
Who do you see being the top 2 teams for East and West Coast?
Well, of course, on the East Coast, I'm going to go with Brooklyn Nets, with Kyrie and KD. I feel like they're the most prolific scorers in the NBA with a good young foundation around them. So I'm going to go with them, but you can't not see Boston. Boston is tough. And anywhere you got a 7-foot dude like Giannis that could run up and down the court and score at will, they always gonna be in the mix. So those are my top 3 for the East. In the West, I like New Orleans, man. I like New Orleans for real. I like Memphis, of course, Ja and them young boys. And you gotta stay with Golden State. But the sleeper gonna be the Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers. When they get down to the wire in the playoff time, I expect Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Ja Wall to play big and make a splash, you know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez's verdict?
I think it's, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's unjust to Tory Lanez. I don't feel like that was I don't understand how the jury came back with a guilty verdict. I wasn't in the courtroom, but from the things that I've heard, from the witnesses and like the homegirl Kelsey and her taking immunity, and all of these, and people lying, and Megan lying, I think that just sets up for a mistrial or a not guilty verdict, and that they came through with a guilty verdict. It's like it shows that our criminal justice system is a sham. It's been fucked up for years. You know what I'm saying? It's a hurtful thing to see a black man go to prison around the holidays and, you know, his family and everything like that. And then over the circumstances, like they were all friends. They were at like a Kardashian's house. Anytime a Kardashian's involved with something, it's just always some shit. So it's like all about intimacy and relationships. And then shots are fired. People are fighting. People are lying. Black man goes to jail. Trial. Everything. People's careers are ruined. Friendships are severed. Things will never be the same. And it was all about like mistrust, all types of lies and things that, you know, could have been avoided. It's unfortunate. And it's sad, and I think as just original people, we need to do better with how we deal with each other. And as for Tory, what word just pops in my head is like professionalism, right? Like what is professionalism for artists, rappers, singers, and us like that? Like it's a talented dude, and for, you know, son to be, you know, involved with this female, that female, and these type of things happen. So then you got to go back and rate your professionalism. Like, was he being professional? He might have did nothing wrong, or he might have did everything wrong. But the first thing he did wrong, I feel like it had to do with professionalism. When you're an artist and you're involved with an artist, and then an artist friend, and then you're going to hang with another one, and then people's feelings get involved, bro. And then, you know, women, alcohol, things like that. Things transpire. Some things are out of your control. And something that he probably thought that wasn't even that serious, it was going to end up like that. Now I got him in a can, eating some bullshit. And I feel like it's unjust. And I don't know what Megan's whole thing is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. But it don't sound right from a nigga who been in the court, standing in front of the judge and jury, and knowing the process, like, and seeing, like, immunity taken, and this person lied, and it didn't sound like that was supposed to be a guilty verdict. So I was surprised, you know what I'm saying? I was disappointed in, you know what I mean, the situation for, you know, two artists, black artists, talented people that, you know, got a huge platform. We all look at them and admire the work that they do. For them to be going through this in the public eye in front of the, you know, their fans, their family, their children.
Did you see what Tory Lanez's father said?
Yeah, I did see it. I thought it was very strong, powerful. I thought it came from an emotional space too, because he, you know, he just witnessed his son get convicted. And he heard the information in the courtroom. So, of course, he felt like a person who wasn't in the court. I'm like, yo, that shouldn't have been a guilty verdict. And he said a lot of controversial things and made a lot of statements, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like it was coming from a facetious or malicious standpoint. I think it came from emotional, and he felt like he was done wrong. And he sees the injustice in the United States of America criminal justice system, you know what I'm saying? So I believe that Tory will probably come back on the pill and everything like that. And Megan's career, you know, God bless her. God bless Megan and Kelsey and Tory and all their families. I think they all could come back from this. It's very unfortunate and disappointing, though.
A controversial topic that seems to be going around is Kanye West, formerly known as Kanye West.
Easy.
Now, Ye. And also he has a couple announcements with Ye 24. So what are your views about this?
Well, I'm a Ye fan. Like, I've always been a huge Kanye fan since College Dropout, since his production work, like, and people didn't know he rapped. So I'm a huge fan of him. So I never turn my back on him. Like, whatever he's going through, whatever, I just rock with him. You know what I'm saying? I got some Yeezys on my feet right now. Like, I just rock with him. I know everything that he says is not always right or always politically correct. It maybe not be the best times, but I feel like it comes from a honest space. And I feel like he's one of the most prolific artists of our generation, of our time. So I just give him respect in that space, man. And I support him, you know what I mean? I support what he does. I support the music he makes, the clothes, everything, the ideas. And I support free speech and the right to, you know, feel and say how you feel, you know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, I'm a fan, man. I'm a huge fan. Like, I just love Kanye West, man. I got all of them up in here. You know what I'm saying? I relate to him and I identify with a lot of things. We had similar experiences, like with our mother, losing my mother, you know what I'm saying? My son, my kids, my baby mother. So I relate to a lot of that shit, you know what I'm saying, that he on.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't understand the sporadic nature of what he does and what he says. But I also understand he's a Gemini, like my son. They're emotional, they two-faced it, you know what I'm saying? It's two sides to them. sure. I just pray for him more than anything, and stay a fan.
So how do you view it regarding leadership and innovation? Because, you know, we're about to transpire into 2023 and the new year of 2024, which is his campaign. So how do you feel about that regarding his leadership?
I mean, I believe
innovation?
Ye could do whatever he put his mind to. He one of those type of guys, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how, like personally, because I don't have that information. But I know if he run and presents his issues and things properly, you know what I mean? I don't support anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's whatever. I'm Ye 24. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Okay, how about his brand, his clothing brand? I mean, he had a lot of ties with Adidas, Balenciaga,
right.
And you know, now that he's separated from those entities,
right. I think it's their loss. It's their loss. Like, who don't want Kanye West to wear their shit, rap about their shit, and promote their shit? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, as long as he's Ye, he's going to be able to win with whatever he designs, creates, you know, records. You know what I'm saying? I think Balenciaga and Adidas made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of forced their hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was doing some shit that you be like, yo, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm with you, but what the fuck? But yeah, but he, you know, it is what it is. I think he knew what he was doing. I believe he's calculated. And he knows what he wants. He knows how he wants to express himself, and you can't do nothing but respect a man like that. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can respect David Duke and all of and Donald Trump could become president, and people could say what they want, Ye could say what he want. Like, you know what I'm saying? People get feelings get hurt, and the powers that be, whoever they are, right? Do whatever, but like he knows the nature of the business and what comes along with it, so I believe that he's good. You know what I'm saying? I rock with him. You know what I mean?
How do you feel about B. Dot's top 10 rappers list for the year?
I want to know who gave B. Dot validity, or not even B. Dot, not to just single him out. Like any of these bloggers and podcast guys that, you know, they listen to music, they're fans, but they're not products of the culture, right? They don't dress like it. They never freestyle. They don't do none of this shit, but listen and critique. Who made them valid enough to say these rappers are the top 10 rappers of the fucking thing? Like if Rakim made a top 10 list, I'm gonna listen. If if Nas makes a top 10 list, Jay-Z makes a top 10, I'm interested. That means something to me, right? But who the fuck is B. Dot? And I don't, you know, I don't want to disrespect him like that. I don't mean it personally. I'm just saying I don't know, son. I never heard his bars. I never seen him at no party, DJing, hosting, nothing. I see him do a interview with Jay-Z. You get to sit down and talk to Jay-Z. Now you could just tell me who the best fucking rappers in the world is. I never seen you bag no bitches. Can you do the Kid and Play shit, like kick your leg? And you got to do some hip hop shit for me to tell me the list. Or to even make a list. For real, and I may say, that might sound biased or like bullyish, but that's not really what it is. It's like, how you gonna come to the gym? You don't hoop, right? Okay. All these niggas is balling. Boom, boom, boom. They got different games. You not a baller. You watch the NBA, and you telling me who the best nigga in here is, but you never been on the court with none of them. You never played against these niggas, with these niggas, threw an alley to one of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. And now your list is the most valid.
Never put in the
But Dr. J list don't mean shit. Or what Michael Jordan got to say is irrelevant. Like, I want to hear what the historians, you know what I'm saying, got to say. Like, if the DJ, Flex list is more relevant than B. Dot. Clueless, Envy. Give me somebody that made mixtapes and that BS shit. Don't give me this dude who talked mad crazy. He was drinking lemon water with Hove, asking him personal questions, and because Hov felt comfortable with him now, oh, this nigga got the list.
Validated.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga. We can't even we got to make generational lists because niggas older than us will say Rakim, KRS, and them niggas is better. Then niggas from my is gonna say Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. These young niggas gonna say NBA Youngboy is the best. So who the fuck is the best? Who lists really matter? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody list is really valid, and especially a nigga who not really in the culture. And not really, you know what I'm saying, a part of it. If you just you Stephen A. That's why niggas be looking at Stephen A like that. Like, son, you average 1 point, Skip Bayless. You know what I'm saying? Now you gonna tell LeBron ain't shit?
Yeah.
You gonna tell me who better? You bugging, my nigga. That's your opinion. I mean, your opinion is cool. But don't put your shit like, yo, this is the top. Let's just say this is B. Dot's opinion.
Right.
This is such and such opinion. All right, now we can debate opinions and we can agree to disagree. That just brings and engages conversation and dialect about the craft that we all love. I don't doubt that he loves it and a fan of it just like me, but I don't think that you're of the pedigree to rate these guys for the year. And you got, no disrespect, you got Gucci Man #2, and you Benny the Butcher ain't on the list. Westside, it's niggas that ain't even on the list that you got up there. Like, I don't even, like, you wilding. Like, Gucci Man, no disrespect, I'm a fan. But what did Gucci really drop that was better than, like, West and these niggas? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jody Badass.
Right.
He got a project that's crazy. He not on the list. It's mad niggas. Mozzie. What the fuck? Like, come on, B-Dot, you gotta relax. You gotta relax, B-Dot. Facts.
So in today's trial with the Young Thug YSL hearing, you heard about the co-defendant taking
some startling statements.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are truthful, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel about it?
I think about Tretch's song, Naughty by Nature, Do My Dirt All by My Lonely. I wonder what's the value of the gangs today? Like, what does it mean to be a part of something? You know what I'm saying? And do things and be affiliated. And then when shit hit the fan, I wonder about the mentality of the people. I think about Thug and what he thinking when they transferred him to Cobb. I know that Rice Street break a nigga. Good old Rice Street, less than 30 days. That should have break a nigga. That quiet time. That motherfucking, all that shit you gotta go through on Rice Street, that shit is hell. And these young niggas ain't really been battle tested, been through shit like this. They just screaming something they're a part of. And then when the reality of what they doing hit them, and you sitting behind that wall, and they saying this is this and this is that, things change. Your affiliation change. Your baby mom on the phone saying, you better tell on them people. Yo, you hear your baby crying in the back. You on the phone with your baby moms telling her to do shit. She acting like she ain't hearing you. She don't respond. And that changed your affiliation.
You need to cooperate and do what you got to do to get on up out of there because you have a son.
Yeah.
So you can't be thinking about nobody else or what nobody else got going on. You got to think about you because don't nobody give a fuck about you but you. You can't be thinking about what them folks on. I ain't trying to say, you know, but
Yeah.
you just need to start. You just need to think about M-Day. That's all I'm saying. Think about him.
Right.
And yourself, but you can't be in there.
You know what I'm saying? I know that Thug is probably hurt about a lot of situations, and, you know, I feel fucked up for him. I don't know the whole details of niggas' case or what they be doing in the streets. You know, you hear things, and, you know, things happen, man. You know what I mean? So, I'm not judgmental of whatever was going on. What I feel, like, fucked up about is the fact that people that you done fed and took care of and you believe that y'all had a certain stance about y'all beliefs, and now you find out that you was the only person to believe that. Or one of the only people to believe that. And that's a hurtful thing. And it's a part of like maturation and growth when you understand like, yo, the community and people in the hood you be having loyalty to, that it could, some people, everybody can't go, like Nip said. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't go. And then you gotta like, I used to do a game, me and my homeboys used to like play a game. Like if somebody came to you right now and told you they could give you 100 M's, change your life, and you could change 3 niggas' life in your hood, what 3 niggas would you pick? But wait up, before you answer that, you gotta know if these same 3 niggas will pick you granted that opportunity, right? And that's how I would judge who was close to me, you know what I'm saying, who I fucked with, who I would put on to certain shit, because you could be picking the 3 niggas that changed their life and you ain't on none of them niggas' lists. You feel me? They got a whole nother list of niggas they fuck with. And you think that they 10 toes for you. This my nigga. Nah, he's solid. Nah, this nigga, when the charge come and the DA say what they say, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And they get out that end of that day and they ain't even offering that boy no deal because they want him. So, you know, I just pray for him and his family and all the families involved both ways. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, you know, it's hard to lose a loved one, family member to the system, and then your life had to change and all that type of stuff. Nobody want to go through that. Nobody want to lose loved ones to gang violence, gun violence. It's a sad and unfortunate situation. As original people, man, we just got to do better in our organizations, in our communities, and whatever we do, man. And nobody's perfect, man. Things get violent sometimes and things happen. But, you know, the way we handle things, you know, should be different, man. And like I said, prayers and blessings to Young Thug, his families, and all the families involved. And I can only wish them well, man. I hope the situation is the best for them.
We was young, we'd flip on a pissy mattress. Now I flip working my bitches, I flip their taxes. Culture guard, my trenches across the atlas. The Lord born power and so is my Air Maxes. I'm in the lobby, I'm probably with all the ratchets. Daily on shots, I'm filling up on their asses. The gat is chrome, these niggas sell acetone. AR with the drum, let it blow like a saxophone. Making plays like Pat Mahomes. I gotta be the chief, my bitch bad.